What's up, guys? Yeah. Hey. So my name's Mike. Got a little confession to make, guys. I'm a former fat kid. Yeah, all right. Some other former fatties in the house. Nice. I kind of feel like it's not my fault, though, because I grew up in North Dakota, where the 5 major food groups are butter, salt, cheese, noodles, and gravy. It's really important to get those 2 to 3 servings of gravy every day, guys. FDA recommends it. Yeah, I've lost 85 pounds. So, yeah, thanks. Pretty cool. And I was able to hold on to the self-doubt and shame. That's mine. No one can take that away from me, ever. Got that for the rest of my life. People always ask me, they're like, so how'd you do it? How'd you lose all the weight? And it's like, it's pretty weird, exercise and diet. I used a lot of the trendy diets with the fun names, like paleo diet, where you eat like a caveman, right? Meat and vegetables. Or the South Beach diet, where you eat like a South Beach man, so Molly and butthole. You get used to it. It's tough to eat out, though. Unless you're in West Hollywood. So, speaking of Molly and butthole, I'm also a dad going through a divorce. Yeah. I'm also into segues that really don't make sense. Any other divorcees out in the house? Fellow divorcees? Yeah, all right. Shout out to people who can admit they've made a mistake. That's what I'm talking about. No, yeah, going through a divorce is awesome. Totally recommend it to everyone. Sure. But what makes it extra fun is I'm also a wedding DJ. Dead serious. I am a wedding DJ going through a divorce. I'm like the human embodiment of an Alanis Morissette lyric. It's like a divorce DJ on a wedding day. He's drunk and he's crying, but he's already paid. Yeah, no refunds if I have an emotional breakdown, guys. But weddings, God, they're so beautiful, aren't they? And I'm just so honored and privileged to be a part of 2 to 3 weddings every week for the rest of my life. It's amazing. What's weird about being a wedding DJ who's going through a divorce is like what's being said at the wedding and what I hear are completely different things, right? So it's like during the vows, she'll be like, I take you to be my husband through the good times and the bad till death do us part. And all I hear is, I take you to be my husband for the good times, not the bad. Like when I go back to school full time and we have a kid at the same time, then we stop having sex and you sleep on the couch, and then I wind up hooking up with this guy named Fred, who's an editor for the World Surfing League. That's when we part, not death. I mean, if you want to kill yourself, that's fine, but no, weddings though, God, they're so beautiful, aren't they, guys? Weddings are beautiful. What's weird about weddings is that we celebrate the act of getting married instead of the act of staying married. You know what I mean? It's like we don't celebrate people who say they're going to climb Mount Everest. We celebrate people who get to the top and don't fucking die. That's the challenge, right? So I say we should flip this whole thing on its head, right? Like, when you get married, you should have your wedding, but not have your reception that night. You should have to wait for it. You should have to earn it, Like, put in some time, 5-10 years of bullshit, get dirty, earn that goddamn Vitamix. You want a Cupid shuffle? You gotta make it happen. But, and the other fun part about that, too, if we did that, right, it would totally change wedding songs, and they would become more realistic. Yes. Like Eric Clapton, You Look Wonderful Tonight, would become, You Look Wonderful Tonight, Why Can't You Look Like This Every Night? Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud would become, Oh, would you just shut the fuck up for once? But seriously, how beautiful are weddings, guys? The flowers and the candles and the romance. Just epically gorgeous. The other weird thing about being a wedding DJ who's currently going through a divorce, as I speak, is that I can't tell anyone. Especially like the couple who's trying to hire me to DJ their wedding. It's like the worst thing I could tell them. Like, I would be better off saying I'm wanted for murder in 4 states and telling them that. I could tell them that, and they would just be like, well, can you play Uptown Funk? You know, it's like saying divorce at a wedding is like worse than saying bomb at an airport. It's worse than saying herpes at an orgy. It's worse than saying Trump at a quinceanera, or a mosque, or just really any place where humans with feelings and empathy and a sense of compassion and morality are assembled in a group. Yeah, he's pretty shitty, guys. Pretty shitty. You know, speaking of Donald Trump and racism, I'm also addicted to Facebook. God, just addicted to it. And it's like, you know, there's all this like gross shit on there now, like all this racist Trump stuff. And the weird thing about social media is I'll hear people say like, well, social media has made racism worse. And it's like, no, it didn't. It's like racism, misogyny, xenophobia, this shit's all existed. What social media has done is just shined a light on it and exposed it for the masses. You know, it's like before social media, your uncle wasn't walking around making public racist comments. He saved that shit for Thanksgiving dinner where it belongs. But now he's got a forum. Everyone's got a forum. You know, I imagine this in the future, my daughter will be like, Dad, what was life like before the internet? I'll be like, well, for one, we had to guess who all the racists were. Now we just know. Now we just know. By the way, don't talk to your uncle this Thanksgiving. So, I'm going to end with this. As I mentioned, I'm a dad. Love my daughter. She's 3, almost 4, yeah. I'm like one of those dads who like identifies as being a dad. You know, the really nauseating kind. Make dad jokes. #1 dad mugs. But what's hard about being a wedding DJ who has a daughter is like, there's like 3 times a wedding where I literally almost just like break down in total, you know, emotional fits. It starts when the dad walks his daughter down the aisle. You know, maybe there's a nice flamenco version of Train's Marry Me playing. And I imagine myself doing that, and I get a little choked up, for real. I just get choked up. And then later on when it's the father-daughter dance, and it's like Tim McGraw's Daddy's Little Girl. I've actually cried during that song, at that point, imagining myself do it. But it's when the dad is giving the toast to his daughter and to her new husband. And I just look around and I realize one of these days I'm going to have to fucking pay for one of these things. And I just lose it. It's like candles, they're like $5, but wedding candles are like $50,000. What the fuck's up with that? And it's like, they don't last. I paid for my own wedding, that shit's over. Hers is going to end. But seriously, guys, how beautiful are weddings? You get married, I'll be your DJ. Mike Rylander, thanks so much.